Close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath. Now imagine this. You are standing on the edge of the most important moment of your life. Everything you've prepared for has led you here. And suddenly, you freeze. Your hands tremble. Your mind fills with doubt. You ask yourself, is this right? Should I move forward or walk away? Over 5,000 years ago, on a battlefield called Kurukshetra, a warrior prince named Arjuna faced the same fear. He was surrounded by his family, his teachers, his loved ones, but they were on the opposite side. He had to fight them. His bow slipped from his hands. His heart broke, and in that moment of complete confusion, he turned to his charioteer, his friend, his guide, Lord Krishna. What happened next became one of the greatest spiritual conversations ever spoken. The Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses, 18 chapters. But it is not just a story from ancient India. It is a mirror that reflects every struggle you and I face today. The fear of making wrong choices, the weight of responsibility, the pain of letting people down, the confusion about what is right. Chapter 1 is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the yoga of Arjuna's despair. And it teaches us something powerful. Even the strongest people break. Even heroes feel lost. The teaching, 1 minute 30 seconds. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, at the time of crisis, even the wise may lose clarity. But it is in this darkness that true wisdom begins to shine. Arjuna was not weak. He was one of the greatest archers in the world. Brave, skilled, respected. But when he looked across the battlefield, he didn't see enemies. He saw his grandfather Bhishma, who raised him. He saw his teacher Drona, who taught him everything. He saw cousins, uncles, friends, and his mind collapsed under the weight of it all. He said to Krishna, I cannot do this. My limbs are shaking. My mouth is dry. I see no good in killing my own people. What is the point of victory if everyone I love is gone? I would rather be killed than fight this war. Does that sound familiar? Have you ever felt paralyzed by a big decision? Maybe you had to leave a job that wasn't right for you, but you stayed because of fear. Maybe you had to have a difficult conversation with someone you love, but you stayed silent. Maybe you knew you had to change your life, but you didn't know where to start. Arjuna's breakdown is your breakdown. His confusion is your confusion. Chapter 1 shows us that despair is not the enemy. It is the beginning. Before transformation, there is always a moment of collapse. Before clarity, there is always confusion. Before courage, there is always fear. Arjuna's despair was not a sign of weakness. It was a sign of his humanity. He cared. He felt deeply. He questioned. And that questioning became the doorway to the most important spiritual teaching in human history. Think about it. If Arjuna had not broken down, the Bhagavad Gita would never have been spoken. If he had blindly followed orders, if he had shut down his emotions, if he had pretended to be strong, Krishna would never have needed to teach him. The conversation would never have happened. This is true for you too. When you feel lost, when you feel like giving up, when you sit in silence and say, I don't know what to do, you are not failing. You are opening. You are making space for something deeper to enter. You are allowing wisdom to come in. But here's the key. Arjuna did not stay in despair. He did not run away. He did not numb himself. He turned to Krishna. He asked for help. He said, I am confused. I am suffering. Please guide me. And Krishna did. So what does this mean for your life today? It means stop pretending you have it all figured out. Stop forcing yourself to be strong when you're breaking inside. Stop judging yourself for feeling lost. Maybe you're stuck in a career that drains you, but you're afraid to leave because of money or what people will say. Maybe you're in a relationship that doesn't feel right anymore, but you stay because of guilt or fear of being alone. Maybe you have a dream inside you, something you wanted to do for years, but you keep pushing it away because it feels too risky, too uncertain. Chapter 1 says, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to not have all the answers. But don't stay stuck. Don't suffer in silence. Find your Krishna. Find a guide. It might be a teacher, a therapist, a book, a practice, a moment of prayer or meditation. It might be your own inner voice, the one you've been ignoring. Arjuna's first step was honesty. He said, I don't know. And that honesty saved him. Your first step is the same. Admit where you are. Admit what you're feeling. Stop pretending. Stop performing. Just be real. You know what's beautiful? Arjuna was standing in front of thousands of people. Warriors. Kings. His entire army was watching. And he still allowed himself to fall apart. He didn't care about looking weak. He cared about the truth. How often do we hide? How often do we smile when we are breaking? How often do we say, "I'm fine," when we are drowning? The Bhagavad Gita begins with a man who stopped pretending. A man who said, "I am in pain. I need help." And because of that honesty, the world received one of the greatest spiritual gifts ever given. Your pain matters. Your confusion matters. Your questions matter. They are not obstacles. They are invitations. So here is what chapter 1 teaches us. Despair is not the end. It is the beginning. Crisis is not your enemy. It is your teacher. And the moment you stop running from your pain and turn toward the light, everything changes. You don't need to have all the answers today. You don't need to know the next 10 steps. You just need to take one honest breath, one truthful moment, one courageous question. Arjuna stood on that battlefield, broken and trembling. But he didn't stay there. He asked, he listened, and he found his way. You will too. So I leave you with this. What battlefield are you standing on right now? And who is your Krishna? Take a deep breath. Sit with that question, and let the answer come.